Hey guys, it's Starting coming at you with another game of Hardcore Minecraft. And today we're probably just going to play for like 45 minutes or an hour. And you're thinking, well, that stream could be a video. Well, you're not wrong. But we're just going to hang out, get a little bit done, grab some emeralds. You know, we got 32. That's fine. But we'll need more, because we're going to need mending for everything. And it'll give us a little bit of time for experience form to kick on a little bit, but we're not going to spend too much time hanging around here and farming up melons. Probably just till the next nightfall. We'll sell a couple things, and then we'll strike out in some direction. Probably not returning home before ending the stream. We're just going to run places and get flowers. Not the flowers that we can get here, the special flowers that can only be found in other climates. We'll be looking for like a flower forest, that kind of thing. Any sort of interesting sample. We'll also want spruce wood. There's a lot of stuff that we'll want, but... Hey Renee, how are you doing? The wonderful world of commerce still treats us so well. Good to hear. Good to hear. Alright, so we don't need to bring all this charcoal with us. We don't need to bring a lot of stuff with us because we actually need a fairly small inventory. But what I am going to bring... there's no reason not to bring a big stack of iron, is there? Because, well, we won't need it at home. We're not going to drop it, so we might as well go out stacked with it. We're going to need some more wood, but we don't need to travel with a bunch of wood. Just a little bit of wood is totally fine. We're going to... Gotta have our spyglass. Gotta have the lantern. Books we don't have to have. The stone hose we don't have to have. We will... We'll build a crafting table if we need them. 60 arrows will be enough. Oh, that's too bad. Well, you know, you can still dream. I did like your drawing very much. I think I commented, but I do want to say out loud, yes, it was so gratifying. You know, I've never gotten any fan art before, and it feels fantastic. You know, it was really cool to see, you know, my little Minecraft world come to life through somebody else's effort. Very cool indeed. Great feeling. Thank you. Hey, Natasha. We're just going to run around into the eggs and then throw them into the dispenser and carry on. We're actually getting a little bit crowded. No, it's not too crowded. They still got plenty of space. I think I've got like 50 times that many chickens in an area before. But these are about to get out of my way. Alright, as I was saying, out of my way. Good stuff. We'll just put up the chicken materials into the chicken material chest. Oh, well, thank you, Renee. You know, that makes it even more special. We're going to bring the diamond axe with us on the quest because, you know, why not? We're going to at least make an iron hoe. You know what, actually... Like, don't you try to fool me. That cat was just trying to run out. But we're gonna make a diamond hoe actually, because I mean, why not? I've got plenty of diamonds. It feels kind of wasteful, but I'm rich, aren't I? So now, in actually full diamond, I need to make another shield. We can make another shield later. This shield has half durability, and we're unlikely to get in much of a fight in the next 30 minutes. A wandering trader emerges, and that actually has the potential to be anything, so we're going to grab some emeralds and chat him up. I say he emerges, he's invisible. I think this is the first wandering trader I've run into. Alright, we could buy tulips from him. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go find them. And ferns, which I could find. Oak saplings, which, if I didn't have any, would be great. Yeah, I don't care about any of this. They've got our trusty spyglass. You know, we should bring some doors. What's going on? Oh no, that drowned is distracting the poor impressionable golem. Oh, grazio. And I really did all of that just to end up here without a seed for Garuda. Embarrassing. Shameful. Alright, well that takes care of that. If I already got Sniper Duel on this world, I think so. This would probably be enough to get it if I didn't. Being very careful to not accidentally the cat, that would be very sad. And, you know, my disappointment would be very high. Why can't I hit this guy? Literally unplayable. It's probably because I was walking forward while I was trying to draw a bead on it. And he disappeared. Excellent. Please leave. Alright, there we go. We're going to delicately bash the sheep with a delicate diamond weapon. And now, after just so much of threatening to go to bed, we're going to go to bed. Maybe he'll get out. Hopefully he will. You know, he's a good golem, but they can't all get out of the water. And I put the seed up again. This is why I can't be trusted with anything important. Oh my god. You know, I should have seeds inside, but I don't. That would be more efficient. You know, I was supposed to build a house like way before now, but it just never worked out. Here you go, Garuda. Some extra seeds in case I don't come back for a minute. We are going to ignore the ticking and strike out into the distance. We've got plenty of food. We've got exactly 1 clock. We've got a lantern. Everything is good. So do we move just straight negative y this time? Yeah, we'll go towards 0, or rather z, because y is up and down. Of course it is. We're just going to go this way. Hopefully directly this way. And if we get to a place far away, hopefully I'll look up and see that I can barely see the sand pillar and make another pillar of who knows what material. But if I don't, then that is, you know, par for the course too. Cinematic traveling mode engaged. Very important. We're not going to be moving these flowers. These are, you know, so close to home that they may as well be our flowers. But although we're trying to have like a relatively light inventory, there's really no reason to be skipping any of these mobs because, well, you know, I need experience. And if I could only see them to hit them, I would be able to get some, maybe. If I fall down and die, that will be humorous. Bunch of gray sheep, pretty good. Alright, so with sharpness 3, it might be enough to kill the minor neutral mobs, so that would be pretty good. We'll test that here. We'll get some more cocoa. I think you have to grow cocoa on jungle trees. Yeah, just a straight hit with the sword now is good enough for at least a sheep, which is excellent. We're just gonna look around in here, see if anything cool is here. You know, we're not so wealthy that we turn our noses up at iron, but that's not really the point of all of this. And we're not trying to go down. That is a bit of an interesting area, though. What's this biome? Old growth birch forest. I guess they do look a little taller than normal. It's likely that this sort of strange mountainous formation... All right, pillagers, time to wake up. Oh no, Renee. Well, I hope you don't hear the screams, because we are about to hear some amazing archery take place. We're going to be firing at the foes. Looks like we got 5 in the group. It's going to be thinned to at least 1 by the time they approach within firing range, right? 1, 2, 3... Then he'll fall, and this one's going to drop 2. Yep, not even going to be able to fire a single shot. That is what a good sportsman I am. Oh, I need to get very important. I'm going to style on this guy real quick. Did they drop any crossbows? They didn't drop any crossbows. Well, that's very sad. Well, if I had had a crossbow, we would have been able to take care of him there. We get our Bad Omen 4, which we're not going to drink. Oh, here he is. I still didn't get a crossbow, did I? We take exactly 1 hit, which is pretty good for a little pillager interaction. But we were able to keep the village safe. You know, they may have seen the sand pillar from far away, so I'm glad I took a look back down at the expanse. Could have saved us a lot of misery. Speaking of misery, looks like it goes pretty far down there, so we are going to... we're not going... But we might as well get a water route down. It's unlikely to get any mobs a route up, and it will make it safer for us if we fall. But hopefully when we go over the crest of this mountain, we'll see like a vast, beautiful expanse of flowers. And we see a bamboo forest, and that's where we're going to go, because, while I might have said I was going to go for samples of things, what you know that I really meant was we're going to get the same old flowers here that we could get anywhere, and then we're going to look for pandas. But, I mean, there's other things that are not pandas in jungles, like that could be a good excuse that doesn't count as losing my focus, right? Alright, so the sword with sharpness 3 does 7 damage. That's native, though, so I think... Yeah, the cows have more hit points than the sheep do. We're going to try again for a sample of a jungle sapling, which might exist. Alright, jungle sapling, hooray. I want one more because you can make very big ones by planting them in a 2x2. If you fall from too high up, you can get the bucket and place the water below you. Okay, Natasha, that makes sense. Yeah, if you... Because right before you hit the ground, you would just do that, you know. Let me practice it from this height. Let's see if I'd be able to do it. You definitely take fall damage from this high. I think it's like 3 blocks that you would take. You would go and you'd be like, oh no! Just like that. Stylish. Alright, so if I could remember to do that, and time it properly, then in that very specific set of circumstances, I would be okay. But that's good news, or good information rather, and good news for me. That means if I ever make a mistake in that regard, I will know that I am to blame, and that I should have been more careful. But we're going to go panda hunting, I think. We don't need to spyglass a parrot, because we have already done so. So we're just going to look around in the jungle. Normally I get like nervous in the jungle, but right now, even like we'll just go to sleep for the night if it comes to that. But even if we had to fight through the night, I think I'd still be fine, just because, well, most mobs that you run into are easy enough, and I've got 15 levels of prot right now, so it feels good. And we get no more jungle leaves out of that. And we're probably hitting oak right now because we're getting apples out of it. I just need one more sapling. The good news is I can get a bunch of oak saplings, the which I do not care for. I may or may not break this hoe or get one more jungle sapling. I've got 15 oak saplings. And all of this wood looks like jungle logs. Alright. We got one more. One more. Renee, I am sure that you are joking, but it's probably important that I tell you that we're not supposed to joke like that. It's like, you know, encouraging people to use emergency services, even for the purposes of memes. But you know, what if I was trying to climb up this sand and found a treasure chest? That must have happened to somebody before, right? It's not going to happen to me. I mean, it's clearly not going to happen to me, but it could have, right? Is that Everest? Looks like it. Can I see sand pillar from here? I cannot, but it will at least be a definitive pillar symbolizing that we're about to be relatively close to home. So we'll build a sand pillar here. I understand. Look, I don't want to like police people's humor necessarily. I don't know how a person like responsibly behaves when, you know, they're the owner of the stream. Because there's plenty of stuff that like maybe if I just read somebody say it somewhere else, I'd be like, ah, whatever, somebody else's problem. But not that you're being a problem, but the last thing that I want is to get a message from YouTube that I don't read because I ignore everything, and then I get in trouble because it's like against the rules for certain kinds of jokes or something. I don't know. Anyway, I don't mean to discourage you. It just, yeah. If you could say like an ambulance rather than the other thing. Anyway, it just it seemed like maybe something that I could get in trouble for. The more I talk about it, the more I should shut up about it. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna let it go. But we're gonna look around. There's a lava pool over there. We're not seeing anything particularly interesting on this beach, only other than like an absolute ton of sand. There's a bird. We have any shipwrecks that we can see? Nope, we're just gonna strike out into the ocean. But I think, we're probably going to be treading over ground we've been before, which is just like the consequence of me forgetting everywhere I've been. But no, if we've been exactly this way before, then it's an accident and I don't recall it all, but we're just going to keep on going this way. Okay, never mind. Now I'm sort of recognizing it, but that's alright, because this is a place with cherry trees and bunches of other flowers, so we're going to take advantage of that. Upside Down Shipwreck, we've almost certainly been here before. Yeah, because that's that village that we've been to, and we always forget that that's the village. So that sand pillar is barely tall enough, even though I thought I made it pretty tall. Oh, no school tomorrow? How exciting. Those were always my favorite days. Well, I don't want to be preachy, but sleep is very important. I would probably pull all-nighters doing this all the time, but the walls in this house are too thin, and I would be talking too loud. Even though these are sort of like the boring spectrum of wildflowers, I think we're going to pick them up. We're going to toss the sticks. And the wool is going to leave us barely any space, man, Between the seeds and all of the random trash and the 18 kinds of flowers I'm trying to pick up, this expedition is doomed to fail. Might as well just start picking stuff up for the sake of prettiness, and then, deal with it later. Oh no, boat discipline. You feel like crocheting your sister's blanket, but you're lazy? Ah, well, you don't want to make yourself do something if it doesn't have to get done right away. My mother crochets and quilts and stuff. Still have blankets that she made me. Just obliterating the wildflowers. Maybe we could use the water technology to obliterate the flowers more easily. It's just like what a smarter person would do, right? So we'll just go up here, and then we'll get like every flower at one time, right? Well, it's not terribly fast, and it doesn't hit every flower. I would say this isn't very much quicker, but it is more stylish. I just need to run down and get the flowers, not because I even want them, but because it would be just so wasteful to cause this massive waterfall and then not even pick up the stuff at the bottom. Yes. I slept on a bunk bed myself back in the day. I didn't have to sleep on the top bunk for very long. So there was like a cross beam above where the mattress was to protect me from rolling out, but I rolled out anyway, and my head got like stuck between the wooden crossbeam and the mattress, and I sort of like dangled there, quite upset for a while. It's a story that other people in my family think is more humorous than I do. I recall being quite distressed. Is that a ruined portal over on a hilltop over there? Looks like it. We're gonna go check that out. Which is sort of like going to get flower samples. We'll pick up flowers on the way, and that'll make it more similar to telling the truth about the plan. Yeah, we'll see. The specific aspect of the story that's funny for the family is that whenever I was a child, like I was like, like 5 when this happened or something, and I would say I need a band-aid for like any injury. So if I like fell down and skinned my knee, I would say I need a band-aid, but I would also say it like if my stomach hurt or I had a headache. And that's what I was saying as I was dangling there from from my head. And that's definitely the place we came from with the polar bears and stuff, but I'm going to go over there this time. We've got raw food, and we'll get some fish and try to befriend them because there was a polar bear cub earlier the first time. I don't think there will be this time. I think they will have grown up. And even if they do want to bash me, we should be okay. I think I just missed this one whenever I was around here first time. Yeah, definitely did. Golden apple. Feather falling 2 gold boots. That's good. Could be quite nice for nether travel. Gonna toss the wool in here because they don't matter. Going to jump on top of on top of the magma because my life doesn't matter in Minecraft. And then we're just gonna grab these little chunks because gold is good, and then I picked up netherrack instead because gold is already in my inventory. Amazing. I guess the increased level of efficiency is not something I'm used to. Oh yeah, it just churns through this this lower quality stuff. We're just gonna leave the obsidian on the ground. I mean, why not? I can get plenty more, right? No, it's the netherrack that's easier to get. Well, that sounds like a good headache cure. We'll just travel out this way. And do I have leather? Yeah, I do have leather. We'll be able to put it on nice leather boots to walk around on snow if it comes to that, to maybe get an advancement or 2. Is this a... yeah, it's just a little... underwater ruin, but we're just gonna ignore it because we need to just get somewhere to put a bed down for that. Or actually, I could just hang out here. I don't know what... or rather than just hang out here, I mean, I can just... we could adventure around. I haven't been in one of these snowy places with monsters on after nightfall, so I don't really know what they, what kind of baddies they grow here. I'm not too worried about it, because it's just surface level monsters. There appear to be like tons and tons of geothermal activities going on underneath all of this. We'll need to be aware of potential like ocean monuments, I guess. That would be the one big potential threat. I don't know if they generate under these places. That looks like a something. That's another portal. That is an ocean monument, if I've ever seen one. Yeah, so... so rather than saying I don't know what's going on, alright, so there's a creeper there, and a zombie up there. We're going to cut a little bit wider of a berth between here and the ocean monument, because I would prefer not to die. We're going to visit this polar bear who doesn't want visitors. Hello, fellow. Would you like a steak? He would not like a steak. Would you like a raw beef? He would not like a raw beef. What of pork chops, sir? Would you like an apple? Some bears are foragers. He would not like an apple. Well, I know bears like seals, but I am not going to club a seal for this bear. So the icebergs extend far below the surface. Useful information. We're just going to crash for the night. Well, no, that's not what I said I was going to do. Okay, that zombie has just appeared out of nowhere, veritably. So we're going to bash it. Doesn't look like any other ones are around. Where would a polar bear even get a taste for apples? That is ignorant, I know, I know. Slip sliding around. Alright, so it looks like the mobs are the same as anywhere else. Only here, we all get to slip slide around at each other. And me and the zombies can play like Minecraft bumper cars. Pretty funny. Does the ice melt when we're on it? Let's see, does it get an age rating or anything? Nope. Snow layer cannot survive on. Polar bear spawnable on. Geode's invalid. Some information. We're just going to run this way because a spruce tree sample is on the list of things that we need to get. And perhaps we might find other wonders. What if there's a village? What if they have a cleric? Well, hopefully he won't need to be a cleric. I never saw the skeleton variation of the snow biomes. No, I don't believe so. We've got a snowy taiga here. I don't think I can fall through the snow in this area. I don't think it's powder snow. But if I'm wrong, I'll be sad that I didn't make the leather boots when I had the chance. But what we're not going to be sad about is having plenty of mutton. Because although this is an expedition for many reasons, it's also one in a quest for experience, which we ever need more of. We got a skeleton with armor and another skeleton and a spider. Calls for a first-person view on the approach. How dare you? No, victory is mine. Alright, so the slip slidiness makes this much more humorous. At that point, I just wanted to win the fight. I know you're saying that didn't really look like I won, but I did win. That's what it looks like when I win. We're on day 67, life is good, everything is beautiful, and nothing hurts. And we've got a few more enemies to pop here. Skeleton with an enchanted bow on the other side of that spruce tree. He's likely going to have enough of a problem navigating the trees. Got some flowers here. That either indicates for habitation or just a rare burst of happiness and color here in Narnia, where the jumping spiders jump and do improbably low amounts of damage. That's 15 levels of protection talking. Yeah, you can see from the side of the snow box that are like powder that they're like pure snow, but when I'm walking on top of them, it's somewhat harder. Oh, he's got a sword. Cute. He thinks he's people. Really don't want to deal with that creeper's nonsense today. We're just gonna avoid him. Kept thinking if I ran far enough I would find a village. It doesn't look like that's going to be true. It's okay. Ow. This guy's got armor too. We got 3 or 4 skeletons, just 3. Rather a lot of skeletons. Snow falling onto sand, totally a thing that does happen. Well, that was illuminating. We've got some foxes that are like stuck here on this little island. Poor little guys. We've got turtles that don't know where to go. Yeah, this border area really playing havoc on them. But I should get a spruce sample before I forget. 4 would be better than 1. 1 would be considerably better than none. What a useful thing to say. But I know spruce drops like crazy, and it won't be like the jungle trees where I'm hitting the wrong ones, so... Alright, that's 3. 1 more would give us 4, even though typically when I'm trying to get more spruce leaves at the first, or saplings, I would grow separate trees rather than a really big one. the very, very large spruce trees that you grow out of a 2x2 often don't leave quite enough saplings left over. Yes, well, it does feel like it's been an hour, but that's because I really make everything drag out. But we won't be able to go on for too much longer. I've got peanut butter fudge in the refrigerator, and then it'll be my bedtime. Alright, so... is that an underwater monument or not? It's so hard to say. It looks like it's not, and maybe I was looking at a different thing earlier. Maybe I was looking at the structure over here, which is a monument. Because it looks like archaeology potentials, and it also sounds like I have woken up some people, so we're just going to not get stuck under the ice, because who would do that? Not me, obviously not me. And avoid some drowned zombies that we have woken up. Alright, so before I got turned around, what was I actually doing? Exploring-ish. I don't really love going underwater here. I need to have respiration before I go messing around like this. Wait, I got to 600? Hi, Sid, also. Oh, cool. That's awesome. How exciting. You know, it's really thanks to you guys watching. I think that you guys watching is why every other viewer on the whole website ever gets sent to me. There's like, look, if a couple people want to watch them, we're going to try to make sure that everybody else sees them sometimes. So when I started the Minecraft journey, I think when I came back, you know, it'd been a couple of years since I had uploaded a video of anything, and then I was at 300 some odd, so 601, awesome, very cool. Am I going the wrong way again? I'm definitely going back towards home, which is not the right way. Yeah, we'll just go this way. Try to see a flower forest if possible. I need a brush. This upside down boat is like every other upside down boat, and that I don't know if I've been here, and that I wish it wouldn't be here at all. But it is different than every other upside down boat in one simple and important regard. Now I have a lantern, and that should make my underwater mining considerably nicer. Have I been here before? No, it doesn't look like it. Oh yeah, look at that, a lantern, like a dignified person would have. Buried treasure map, it'll just be on the surface over there, so excellent. We will take our boat, grab our lantern. I don't like the gurgling sound there. It sort of sounds drowny. We're just going to go up to the surface real quick. Nope, I was just being suspicious. Must have been the wind. And we'll find one more right here. TNT, a whole ton of wheat, but like actually not enough to interest me anyway. Yep, running out of life again. You know, it feels like I shouldn't leave behind all that stuff, but I don't know that I care about any of it. Cap of mending, who cares? TNT that I've never used, some stuff, whatever. That's the two good chests. I think the one with the TNT is a good chest. There's all this stuff. We got the treasure map. That's the important part. We're going to travel slightly away from it. Hello, Vivian. Right now we are on a treasure hunt. I just found a little treasure map. And we're just chilling. I'm gonna dig up the treasure. I have a lantern, so I'm confident that it won't take too long. And that's probably going to be just about the end of it because it is closing in on midnight where I am, and I will need to get some rest. Alright, so the number one rule of digging underwater is that it's always going to happen right when you give up. And the number two rule is that it's probably already exposed or something and you just don't realize it. So we're just going to check that out. Now we're going to expect it to be... where do we expect it to be? Because you back up somewhat, it's like where the nose is. So we're going to think that's going to be like in here. We're going to need to move the lantern down. But I didn't pick it up. Oh no, what have I done? Anyway, so the lantern has suffered a tragic accident, and that means that so too has my confidence. Ah, here it is on the surface. Now my confidence is all the way back to where it started. Considerable. We've got our handy-dandy lantern. Oh god, I'm so glad I discovered the lantern. I'm just going to reorient real quick to make sure we're looking in the right direction. Yep, we're going to expect it right around here somewhere, so we're just going to dig a bit. And actually, with the efficiency now, yeah, we can just dig sort of far down, and then it shouldn't be too hard to get at the things, which means that we're not doing a great job at hammering down where it might be, because we really should have gotten it by now if we're even on track at all. I'm not convinced we're on track at all. Alright. Alright, we're just gonna look at the map again. Back up. Try to get our bearings. Maybe it's more like midway in the middle of this thing. We're just gonna reorient the door. And fail to get my lantern. Maybe it raises to the top really quick. It appears to sometimes raise to the top really quick. And then bob around distressingly. Pretty annoying stuff. No sand. I require my lantern. This is really when my bad inventory management comes to bite me. So, reorienting. We're just gonna look around in there. Kind of gurgly sounding. Might have been a turtle. Might have been the wind. Yeah, I think starting underneath and cracking them and having it fall is much better than going down. I've definitely given up on treasure before. See, now in this way, it seems like it's probably just going to be like straight down here. Anyway, the misery that we're going through now won't be permanent, you know. It's gonna get better eventually. We are going to get this treasure. We've got a handy dandy lantern. And I'm about to just start cracking into this sand. And if I've learned anything from playing this game, I haven't. But if I've learned anything from playing this game, it's that if you just sort of act like impetuous and annoyed, sometimes you can get really good results. Is it right underneath me right now? I've destroyed my door. I need to go back up because I don't have it on me, and night is falling. Pretty annoying. Not the end of the world. Not the beginning either. You know, Aqua Affinity would have helped me out a little bit here, but I didn't think it was worth bringing with me. Alright, so where's my lantern? Still on the ground. Where's my door? Right here. And now the very calm digging resumes. But wait, what am I doing? Am I forgetting what I've learned? Alright, well, not what I've learned, but my superstitions. My superstitions are that when they're underwater treasure, I remember it being in gravel. So maybe we will try to go down to where there's gravel, and it'll be deeper, because we're like trying too much on the beach here. And it'll be like the layer down in here, perhaps. So we'll try that out. And that'll also give us an opportunity to have it fall. That could be useful. So, regularly scheduled idea. If it would have worked earlier, if I would have just turned in one other direction, that's okay. Found it! Alright, so good news. We get a chunk of iron, some TNT that I'm long past caring about. Alright, so I don't care about any of this stuff. We're going to take the Heart of the Sea just because otherwise it's a waste of time. 4 emeralds over cornflowers, yeah. Even though I don't care. But mainly I'm just happy to have found it. Alright, where is the lantern? My inventory management's about to give me an aneurysm. You know, I don't deserve a lantern. But I have one. Good news. After all of the years. Yeah, it was kind of an underwhelming chest, I quite agree. But, you know, if I hadn't found it, then I'd be even more underwhelmed. I think we're just going to go ahead and head towards home, even though this hasn't been that long of an excursion. And I didn't get that many flowers, but we'll be able to at least put this stuff up. And, you know, plan for the future a little bit more. Am I going to be like an hour into this and go to sleep? Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Like I said at the beginning, I don't think anybody was in here whenever I said it, but I was like, I know you're saying if you're only going to stream for 45 minutes or an hour, Well, I mean, I don't see why I would keep the stream open if I wasn't streaming. All right, do I throw away the apples? I hate this. I hate this so much. Oh god. All right, we're gonna throw away the leather. No, because I might want to do something. Is this another thunderstorm? Are you guys even watching this? It's another thunderstorm. So this is like 4 thunderstorms in like 5 hours, if anybody's counting, if you were here earlier on. So, pretty nutty. Pretty nutty indeed. We're not going to sleep through the storm. We're just going to travel through it towards home. See if we see another thing. All right, well, we found the flower forest. But I don't have any space for anything anymore. I have just noticed that my shield is nearly popped, so we're not going to be using it unless for emergencies. Not even against skeletons. That'll be like Enderman only. Although you won't have to worry about an Enderman in a thunderstorm while it's raining. We've got a beautiful flower forest here, which is on the way home, which is good because although this was the whole point, I've sort of lost the plot. What do I ditch in order to get tulips, Because once I start throwing away some of this, I might as well throw away almost all of it. Feels better to just come back. Oh yeah, because there's a... This is the Sunflower Plains on the other side. Yes, it's very nice, the sound of rain. There's like a lo-fi hip-hop channel is called, I forget the name of the channel, but it did like a Zelda soundtrack thing. It's called like Storm of Swords or something like that, Song of Storms. And it was like a bunch of like lo-fi hip-hop Zelda beats, but then with like the sound of rain and thunder, which was like pretty amazing. Alright, so the Sunflower Plains that will intersect with the Flower Forest, that's just on this side of this village that I failed to get the brewing stand from earlier. Because that is the cleric building, and I failed to secure it. But we're headed the right way, and that sand pillar actually quite wonderful because it's like, hey, this way, look, a sand pillar. It is indeed the ultimate nap. Or my house now, we have like a carport. I like to sit under it and listen to the rain hit the top. Sit out there with the dog at my feet looking up at me like, you want me to go out in this? Good stuff. And we just got about 800 more in this direction to go, and we'll be right back at home. And then that'll be when we try to wrap it up, because I gotta get to the end of the stream. I know it's only been an hour, but, gotta do what you gotta do. go upstairs, cut up my 3.6 pounds of peanut butter fudge, and forgot my cinematic rowing view. How careless of me. I don't mean to brag, I'm about to. I'm so good at making peanut butter fudge. It's a specialty of mine. Oh, totally lost the plot. Alright, so the pillar was deceptive, because that was like the pillar for after we forded through all of the jungle. So we need to go straight through the jungle again. And that's gonna get us home. This will give us an opportunity to see pandas again, or get into hijinks. Yeah, well, the problem with building a fort in your apartment is that it probably wouldn't even work, because forts are very awesome, and as soon as you built one, everyone around would want to get inside. And they probably wouldn't even bring you popcorn. No, I'm being mean. Maybe they would bring you popcorn. We're just clumsily running through this jungle. It's theoretically dangerous. I'm not terribly worried about it, though. The one thing it's not at all is fast. I mean, it's definitely a deliberate pace to get through there. But that pillar is the home pillar. A nice, beautiful lava pool here. We're going to crash for the night. No reason to push through it too far when we don't have our shield. Well, by my standards, this was like a good and focused live stream. I did the things I said I was going to try to do, which I don't always do. I did get some emeralds and some flowers, just like the title indicates. I did work on experience farms, which is good. It's good to tell the truth. Laser focus. Looks like the wheat's mostly grown. You know, I'm not gonna worry too much about all of that stuff right now. We're just going to try to organize the inventory a little bit. And I think in the next video, whenever that will be, maybe I'll try to build a house. Since it's spooky season, you asked, do I like horror, and if so, any favorite horror movies? I've been told that it's not a horror movie. But Silence of the Lambs is a favorite of mine. But as far as like movies that are definitely horror movies, the original Halloween I think is brilliantly made, just really well paced, well crafted. Scream, while being sort of a parody, I feel like ascended past all of that, and it was a really great horror movie in its own right. The Ring was really solid, I think. There's a bunch of movies in horror and like horror adjacent stuff that I like. What are some horror movies you like? We're just gonna throw the buried treasure map into the water, which is not a good thing to do, but it does get it out of your inventory. A ton of eggs to put into the dispenser there, so that's going to get us another big chunk of chickens. Feels good. Oh, The Descent. That movie. That one actually scared me a lot. Probably not for the right reason. They were using really unsafe practices when they were rock climbing. I know they fall, but like all the lead up to that, because I actually used to rock climb, not like extensively. I'm not good. I'm not like an expert or whatever, but I rock climbed whenever I was a teenager. Like dozens of different times we went out rock climbing. So like, while I'm not like an expert, I still like felt confident enough to put my life in the hands of a rope, and like watching that movie just like gave me the heebie-jeebies for real, because there were a lot of times where I'm like, no, don't do that. Why will you not follow the best practices? People in a movie about to make mistakes. Final Destination, if that's a horror movie, was a big favorite of mine, and definitely left its mark on my whole generation. Oh, Renee, that does sound like a messed up movie. Exactly, and like they didn't communicate with each other like nearly enough. And I get it's a movie, but like to a person who's actually been rock climbing, I'm just like, these people are not good enough at what they're doing to not talk to each other about it first. Just like a really casual attitude to have towards matters of life and death. And not at all what I would consider an appropriate thing for people who are doing extreme sports to be doing. I'm like sitting there watching it with somebody just like straight complaining about like how they're not rock climbing right, and they're like, "Will you shut up and enjoy the movie?" I'm like, "No, I can't get past it. This is who I am." Yep, I don't think my fear of driving is like linked to Final Destination, but for my money, I don't think there's anyone my age that can drive behind a truck with logs on it and not feel like more than a twinge of discomfort. That movie is the realness. Um, um, Let's see. If Dawn of the Dead counts as a horror movie, I don't know. Like the original one, and then also like the remake was fine. I like zombie movies in general. I know they are not generally exactly like horror movies, but I do like them. We're just gonna breed up a whole bunch of cows. We're probably gonna run through like all of the wheat between this cow pasture and the sheep, but maybe not. But once you get like a whole lot of cows, then the experience just rolls in. 'Cause you can't get tied up in like this, like having like a couple hundred. We just need to get a much bigger fence here before too long, and then the XP will be rolling in. Yeah, because all of this, we're barely getting like a level and a half. The real efficiency will need to be 3 or 4 times as big. Yeah, so that, I guess that's like a lot of how I feel about it too. The more plausible the situations are, the less I like them. Like something like Halloween, or even like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, I guess, you know, it's not unthinkable that somebody could run at you with a chainsaw in that specific context, but it's a little outlandish. Final Destination, though, if it's not for, you know, the supernatural element, everything that happens could have happened. Try and walk under some bleachers the day after you watch it. Just try. And now their thousands of beady eyes will be able to look at me. And this is when the experience farm really kicks up, because you're able to get several hundred wheat in, you know, just a few minutes. You get several hundred wheat seeds beyond what you need to replant it, and that's even without fortune, which does work on hoes as far as I can tell. And when you break down wheat, it doesn't lose any durability, so it's just a pure win to get fortune on a hoe tool for that. But we're getting just a ton of experience out of this breeding operation, and we might make it bigger here in a bit, but it's not getting too annoying to walk yet. Yeah, I don't really watch movies much anymore at all. I used to watch tons of them, but, you know, just don't really go to the theater at all anymore. And while I could watch them at home, it's just not the same, of course. But good stuff. We've got a ton more progress made. I think we actually can breed up like a bunch more in here. The thing about getting a very crowded pen like this is it might actually be like better in the long run to make like 2 different pens, just so I don't have all the crowding overlap. But that would take up more like physical space, which is its own series of problems. Speaking of seeds, a good way to end the video, looking at our beloved Garuda. So go ahead and lay down. I hate to have to edit it here, but it's already a little bit past my bedtime, as it were. So just wanted to say, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thanks for showing up in the stream and talking with me. It's just awesome. It's just a really good experience for me. I feel so popular. And I have y'all to thank for that. And very, very happy with how things are going here in our world. I could probably breed up cows again. No, I'm not quite. A little bit off on the internal clock. I think it's 5 minutes flat between the breeding until you can induce them to have children again. It doesn't take too long. But we are in the same situation with the sheep, of course, because we did that afterward. So, hi Sitsa, sorry, yeah, just at the end, it's time for me to turn into a pumpkin. But thanks everybody. I might stream tomorrow morning. I do have to work, but we'll see. We'll see. I definitely on either Wednesday or Thursday this week, I'm going to be doing a big long stream. Hopefully not 7 hours in a row, maybe 3.5 and another 3.5. But I hope maybe you can check it out, if you're around. And, well, that's all for me tonight. Thank you guys so much. Hope you have a good night. And I will see